Good morning, children. How are you? I am Santosh, teaching science at Dr.Besant School. Children, we started nervous system. You know that among all the system, nervous system plays a very important role because it coordinates other systems. Okay. What are the parts that are associated with nervous system? Brain, spinal cord, and nerves. You know that brain is a soft jelly-like substance that is present inside the skull. It contains three regions, that is cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. You know that cerebrum, it's very important part which is useful for thinking, logical abilities, learning, etc. Whereas cerebellum, it is associated with balance. It is related with all muscular activities, related with the functioning of legs, etc., movement of organisms. That's why whenever any person take alcohol or drugs, what happens? It shows impact on cerebellum. That's why the person loses balance. Okay, finally, medulla oblongata or brainstem. Okay, it leads into a fine tube-like brain, leads into a tube-like structure, long pipe-like structure that is known as spinal cord. Okay, this spinal cord is protected by backbone. You know, from the spinal cord, so many branches will come out. These branches are nothing but nerves. They will come out, they will extend throughout the body. They are nothing but nerves. Okay, these three organs together form nervous system. Okay, these nerves will take the message from the organs and it will send to brain with the help of spinal cord. And again the brain reads that information and sends message to the organs through spinal cord and nerves. Okay, in the last class we discussed about parts of senses. This, you know that 5 sense organs are present. They are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, smell, skin, etc. These are the 5 sense organs. What are the 5 sense organs that are present? No, the name of the topic is nervous system. Nervous system. As we have discussed about the 5 sense organs with the help of diagrams, 5 sense organs. What are the 5 sense organs we discussed? These 5 sense organs we discussed in the class. They are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. These are the 5 sense organs we discussed earlier in the class. With the help of these sense organs only, the brain can manage things. Brain will get the information from these sense organs. Okay, they will get the basic information from these sense organs. You know, eyes. There are 2 eyes that are present. The eyes, what they will do, they will see when we are walking or whatever the activity we are doing. The eyes only will will sees the picture and it will send message to the brain, and the brain identifies what that object is. Okay, it helps in vision. Okay, ears, you know that ears capture the sounds and sends message. Whatever the sounds that are produced outside, these sounds will be captured by the ear and it will send that information to the brain, and the brain senses what kind of sound it is. Like that nose helps in finding the smell. Nose helps in finding the smell. It only sends message to the brain and the brain tells what kind of smell it is, what to do. Tongue. You know that tongue contains taste buds. Taste buds It helps in finding the taste. Skin. Skin is the largest sense organ. It is present throughout the body. Skin is the largest sense organ. It is present throughout the body. It helps to feel whether it is soft or smooth or hot or cold. All these senses we can find out with the help of skin. With this help of sense organs, the body can able to, the brain can able to sense what is happening outside and what to do, what kind of action we have to do, all these things. With this help of sense organs only, the brain can identify and instructs other organs what to do. Okay. I gave you a nice example that with the help of eyes, it senses the dog and it instructs the legs to run away from the dog or otherwise escape, try to protect from the dog. The brain tells with the help of eyes. With the help of ears, while we are driving or while we are moving, someone is calling us, we can hear their voice with the help of ears. And with the help of brain, we can recognize who is that person calling us and we can identify the sound, we can recognize that person. In this way, ears help. Nose, you know that whatever the food item or any gas leakage, any kind of smell, we can identify with the help of nose. Okay, such that we can escape. For example, if like any gas leakage is there, with the help of nose only we can identify that smell and we will send message to the brain, and the brain what it will do, it instructs us such that to stop that gas or otherwise open the windows and such that we will protect from that. Okay. In this way, the tongue, skin, the tongue helps in giving taste. Whatever the food item we are eating, whether it is sweet or sour or spicy, etc., all kind of taste we can recognize with the help of this tongue. Skin, when we are touching hot object, our skin, we will touch with the hand. When we touch, our skin first recognizes that one. It sends message to the brain such that brain tells us that, oh, it is very hot, such that remove hand immediately from that hot object, otherwise it causes severe burns. Who will tell us to remove hand from that hot object? Because of the brain. Brain senses all these things with the help of these sense organs. In this way, these sense organs plays a very, very important role in nervous system. Okay. Now, with the help of eyes, we will recognize the different kinds of things. You know that with the help of eyes, our brain can recognize different kinds of things. Okay, for example, food dishes. What are the different food dishes are there? With the help of eyes, if I show you that pulihora, lemon rice, you can identify by seeing the lemon rice. Lemon rice. You can identify by seeing the lemon rice because it is yellowish in color. Okay, it is made up of, it contains rice, etc. Payasam. Any food item we can identify with the help of eyes. Rasam. All food items we can identify with the help of eyes. Now, without eyes also our brain can recognize the food item. What kind of food item it is? Is it possible, children? Generally, we will see with the help of eyes and we will recognize whether it is chicken biryani or mutton biryani or tomato rice or whatever, the idli, puri, chapati, whatever the food item. By simply seeing we can tell. With the help of eyes we are doing it. We are recognizing that food item. But without eyes, without taking the help of eyes, is it possible for the brain to recognize that food item? Without taking the help of eyes. If eyes are not there, can't we recognize the food item? Children, please tell me. If eyes are closed, imagine if a person is blind, can't he recognize the food item? Yes, it is possible with the help of other sense organs. Even though eyes are not there, our brain can recognize the food items. Okay, how the brain can recognize the food items? Now I am going to tell you this how our brain can recognize. Okay, you can do this activity in school or at your home with the help of your siblings, with your brothers, with your parents. You can do this activity. In the class, in our class, in a school, you can do in your classroom during lunch break. How it is? How can we do this activity in school? Yes, we can do this activity in school. So nice. How? In lunch break, you know that in a particular class, all the children will bring different kinds of food items. Children will bring different kinds of food items during their break time. These food items ask any student to stand up on the dais. For example, I am the student, you all are children. You are the students, you are my friends. Imagine I am not the teacher here. For this instant of time, imagine I am not the teacher, I am also one student. All students are sitting there in their respective places. Now, for me, what my friends are doing, my friends closed my eyes, blindfold myself. I want to blindfold myself. That means someone has covered my eyes with kerchief like this, such that I cannot able to see. Okay. Now one by one, my friends bringing the food item, just keeping the food item close to my eyes, close to my nose. Sorry, close to my nose. Okay. Imagine this is any food item. Okay. Bringing nose. Okay, with touching, with the help of sensation, by touching the particular food item, all this I am doing to find out the particular food item. Okay, is it possible or not? I can recognize the most of the food items. Okay, if you do this activity, please note it down. How many food items you can able to recognize? How many food items you can't recognize? It's like an activity you can do at your in your school. Okay. For example, one person is there, Kiran. Kiran. Out of Kiran, there one student. Kiran. Out of 10 food items, Kiran, out of food items, he can recognize, he can able to recognize, he can recognize out of 10 food items, he identified, sorry, he recognized 5 food items, rest of the food items, rest of the food he can't able to recognize. Okay, children listen carefully. Depending upon the person's talent, individual talent also plays a very important role, because if you have small idea about that particular food item with the smell, most of the people, especially ladies, can identify, the girls can identify the particular food item by the sense. How can we identify the particular food item without eyes? By the smell as well as by the feel. How? With the help of smell, we can identify the food item. We can identify food item. We can identify. We can identify the item by its smell, we feel. Feel means what the feel, that is touch, touch. In this way, we can identify the particular food item. Most of the food items we can identify. Isn't it or not? Children, can you able to identify by closing your eyes? Yes, very good. Most of the students can able to identify the food item based on their taste and based on their feel, smell, and finally by taste. Finally, when you taste the food item, we can tell the food item. Smell, feel, that is touching. Whether it is coarse or smooth or rough. By touching also, some people can tell the food item, what kind of food item it is. By taste, by taste, mostly we can recognize what kind of food item it is. By these three, we can identify the food item. Okay, understand or not what I am saying? Children, you can try to do this activity. Now you are at home. You can do this activity at your home. Ask your mother, ask your brother or mother or brother or anyone, such that ask them to keep the different food items. Previously, you should not see the food items where they are placed in the containers. In what different containers, different food items, they have to place different food items. But before that, you should not see the food items. Okay, after that, after arranging all these food items in different containers, different boxes, now ask them to blindfold yourself. Now one by one, ask them to open one by one food item, keeping close to you, keeping close to your nose, such that you can identify the particular food item first by its smell, after that by touching, after that if you did not find by smell and touching, by feel, you can taste it directly. Okay, finally by tasting you can recognize the food item. Isn't it or not? Okay, children, we will perform this activity in the school. Whenever these schools will become normal, in this at that time we will do this activity in lunch break. Okay, understand or not? Lunch break or as you, in class hours also we will do. Okay, but before that you do this activity at your home. How can that whether you can able to identify the food item without by covering your eyes? Okay, by blindfold yourself. Isn't it or not? Children, is it interesting activity or not? Yes, it's very interesting activity. You can perform at your home. Isn't it or not? Children, note it down. Once again, I am teaching. We can, our brain recognizes the different things with the help of sense organs. Mostly we can identify the things with the help of eyes. So without the help of eyes also, with the help of remaining sense organs, by smell, feel, touch or taste, we can identify the food items. Okay, isn't it or not? Okay, note it down. Children, in the amazing facts, one point given, in the human body, right side of the brain controls the left side of the body, while the left side of the brain controls the right side of the body. So amazing fact, what is that amazing fact? I forgot to teach you. Amazing facts, right side of the brain controls the left side of the body, right side of the brain, right side of the brain, right side of the brain controls left side, left side of body, and right side and right side of the left side of the brain and left side of the brain controls right side of the brain controls controls right side. Children, is it clear for you? Now, by this, your lesson teaching part completed. Now, I'm going to read the lesson. Children, listen, take out your textbook. Now, I'm going to read the textbook line by line, word to word clearly, such that follow what I'm reading. By this, you can know how to pronounce a particular word. Okay, listen children, all the students, open page number 9 in your textbook, nervous system. What is the name of the lesson? Lesson 3, nervous system. In that, let us learn about what are the parts of nervous system. What are the, here in that, what the different concepts we can learn, parts of nervous system, working of nervous system, and the role of sense organs, how the brain works with closed eyes. The brain can, just now we finished that one on how the brain works with closed eyes. Think, if you happen to touch or hold a hot vessel in our hand, what do? We let go of it immediately. How do we come to know that the vessel is hot and we should drop it? The remembering, moves to remembering, our body is made up of organs which helps us perform various functions. Do you think they perform these functions on their own? How do we walk? How do our legs move to walk? Our body has organ system which controls all the body functions. It is called nervous system. Without this system, our brain would be like jelly. It wouldn't be able to perform any function. Let us learn about different parts of nervous system. Children, turn page number 10. The brain. The brain is located in the head. It is soft like jelly. It is covered and protected by skull. The skull is very hard. It protects the brain. The brain manages the entire body but weighs only about 1.5 kg. Move to second point, the spinal cord. Second part in the nervous system is spinal cord. It is a long and thin like a pipe. It starts from, looks like a long tail of the brain. Along the way, nerves branch out from the spinal cord just like the branches of a tree from a tree trunk. The backbone encloses the spinal cord. Next, third one, nerves. The nerves are like wires. They are spread in our entire body like a spider's web. They connect different body parts and organs to the spinal cord and to the brain. Now children, move to concept of understanding. Our nervous system is like a postal service. Through the given pictures, let us understand how the nervous system works. First point, sender. Any organ or body part gives message to the postman in brackets nerve. Second point, postman takes the message in brackets box through the spinal cord, that is in brackets that it gets red scooter. Third point, postman gives the message to the brain. The brain reads these messages and decides what needs to be done. Accordingly, it gives messages in return. The brain tells what to do about the message. The postman, in brackets fourth point, postman in brackets knows, returns with the message from the brain through the spinal cord. Next, fifth point, nerves then give the message to the receiver, same or different organ or body part. Once the body parts receive the message, they do what the message asks them to do. In our nervous system, the message can be about different parts of the body or about what is happening outside the body. The brain is the control center of the body. The brain talks to the entire body through the spinal cord and nerves. It tells our body what to do and when to do it. All these steps takes place at extremely high speed. This is why we can respond to things very fast. For example, when we see something in front of us, within a second we know what it is, how it looks like, and how far or close it is. Children, then moves to application. To control our body, the brain also needs to know what is happening outside our body. For example, when we walk, the brain needs to get the messages about the things in our way. How does the brain get these messages? For these, the sense organs work along with the nervous system. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin are the organs that help us to sense the things around us. With the help of these organs, we see, hear, smell, taste, and feel the things around us. Let us learn how these organs help us to sense with the help of nervous system. When an object comes in front of us, the eyes send this information to the brain through the nerves. The brain reads this message and tells us what object it is. That is how we see. Similarly, if you smell or taste something, the nose and tongue send a message to the brain through the nerves. The brain tells us what kind of taste or smell or taste. It also tells us whether the smell and taste are good or not. Down para. In the same way, the skin helps us to feel heat, cold, the rough, smooth, and so on. Ears help us to hear with the help of messages from the brain. Okay, children. Okay, in the next class, I'm going to continue this reading part of the lesson. Once again, children, until that, go through the lesson, read the textbook. Okay, until that, have a nice day. Thank you.